Hello all, Pit Bike Mike, and today we are going to be doing a Suzuki demo out here in beautiful PA. We're actually going to get some nice roads, so it's going to be great. So, first bike that we're going to be riding today is going to be this GSX-S1000GX. Got that 1000cc 4-cylinder sport touring bike. It's going to be pretty fancy. Alright, I do want to say though, we are doing a demo. I only get to ride the bikes for a short period of time, so these are just going to be my first ride impressions of the bike. I won't be able to go too in depth with how things are going to be on the bike, but yeah, these are going to be my unedited thoughts, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, once we get on the road, we will see what we see. Alrighty y'all, now that I got a couple miles under the seat and I kinda have an idea of what I would like to give a first impression of this bike. Clutch feel phenomenal. It is really great. The quick shifter, it is very smooth. It is dialed in nice. You barely even feel it shifting, which is kind of cool, honestly. Motor, very smooth, obviously being an inline 4, which, you know, helps out significantly. The one downside, and this is a personal preference downside, so, you know, obviously this isn't going to be for everybody, but you know where they talk about whether you're sitting in a bike or on the bike? This is definitely a sitting on the bike type of feel. And like, when I say on the bike, I feel like I'm really on the top of this bike. You know, obviously nothing wrong with that. It's just a personal preference thing, but I will admit, I definitely like the in the bike feeling. It's the one like slight downside so far of this bike. Another downside, I guess you could say, is maybe it's because I'm not wearing earplugs like I normally do, but I definitely hear the wind noise in my helmet while riding this bike. I don't get any buffeting or anything, you know, crazy like that, so obviously the windshield's doing its job. But it is definitely something to think about. It is a slightly windy day, so that might also have a little bit to do with it, but you know, I'm just trying to give you all the metrics of my observations. So, a little bit more about this bike. Look at that beautiful TFT display. It is ginormous. Honestly, it's super easy to read. And me being half blind as it is, without my glasses, I could easily see that display and tell how fast I'm going and all that. I'll admit, kind of nice. Takes a lot of the guesswork out. If you do like a quick glance down, you can easily tell. So on the right hand side of the screen, you have the SDMS, which is going to be like your riding mode. So A, B, and C. So A is like aggressive, B is like a medium, and C is like a rain mode, kind of, sort of. And then we got traction control, so TC in 1. That is going to be least intrusive. You know, it'll still kind of keep you from too badly hurting yourself. And then you got 2 and 3. 3 is going to be your, you know, your hardcore, like rain mode once again. And then you see the auto with the little suspension icon. So that's your preload, because this is an electronic suspension, which is pretty awesome. It has automatic settings to where you can have it set for one rider, a rider and a passenger, a rider and his luggage, or auto, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice, honestly. And then you have the setting right next to it, AD, so that's your auto dampening. So right now, because I have this bike in its equivalent of a sport mode, it is set to H, which is its hard setting. There is an S and an M, so, you know, makes it a little smoother, which seems like I can change that while I'm on the cruise. So let's see, HM soft. Alright, let's put this soft and see if I feel any difference. Hopefully we do. And then auto, which I'll just leave that as auto. I gotta say, I've never really dealt with a motorcycle that's got a fancy suspension like this, so I don't really know what to expect out of it. Let's see if I hit some little bumps. There is a bit of a difference. There is a bit of a difference so far. Like, obviously it's not gonna go from a sport bike to a Cadillac, you know what I mean? But I definitely feel like it does soften the bumps a smidge. Just enough to where it's slightly noticeable. Still pretty cool though. I do like that electronic suspension kind of deal. That is pretty cool, honestly. So what else to say about this interesting machine? It is expensive, which, you know, not Harley expensive, but it's getting kind of close. It's about $18,000 or so MSRP, which it's not cheap. And I'll definitely say it is going to be the most expensive bike that I plan on test riding today. Now, I guess the question would be, is it worth that substantial amount of money? That's a hard question. I don't really know. Like, is the like electronic adjustable suspension cool? Yes. Is it something that I would ever really actively mess with and change? I kind of doubt it. It's like, I guess there is a possibility that if I had the wife on the back, she, you know, change it to the, instead of it being auto, it would be in the two-person setting, but I kind of doubt it. Either way, it's a nice feature though. I just don't know if it would make any real difference to me. I will admit, on that bump, it definitely, I still felt that. So the seating on this bike is super comfortable. It is soft. It's not a bad place to be, honestly. It is definitely not a bad place to be. Mirrors are sufficient. They do what they do. They didn't seem too buzzy, in my opinion. But also, I haven't really been staring at my mirrors that much while I'm riding. Got that very quick throttle response. And obviously this bike has the cruise control, which is phenomenal. You know, I don't understand why more manufacturers don't have that wonderful feature, especially if they have the throttle by wire system. But yeah, and look at this, we're just pretty much going through people's driveways at this point. This is a very interesting demo route, if I must say so. Seat height, it is tall. I am on the tips of my toes if I put both feet down, which obviously on bikes like this, you just kind of put your one foot down and you kind of slide on the seat a little bit. Oh yeah, that big old liter motor in here just wants to scream. Well, I'll admit, I think because we're about to come to the end of this route, I think that's all I'm going to really say about this bike. It's a pretty solid bike. It's got really nice features. I was definitely interested in it when it came out. How do I feel about it now? Honestly, I don't think it's going to be on my list of bikes to purchase. Sad to say. It is a phenomenal bike though, so if you can ever go out to a Suzuki demo day and give it a try, I definitely would recommend. But unfortunately, I haven't quite fallen in love with this bike, and that's coming from a Suzuki fanboy. But it is life. It is life. Alright, well, I'm gonna end it off on this video, so I guess once we get on to the next bike, we will see what we see. Hope you all like, subscribe. Pit Bike Mike is